Oh man, this update is really cool. I just read through it, gave my reaction to it. There's a bunch of stuff in here. We got server merges, server transfers. We got the new battle pass. We have pearls being added to events. We've got a new boon feature update, 36 new legendary items, including some classes got some major buffs. We have dungeon boosts. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Let's get going. Ladies and gentlemen, it is here. Sea Sanctuary and new through character transfer. We have an update for Diablo Immortal. We're going to be getting into it. So let's take a look at what's going on in the game. Check this out. We have merging servers. It looks like South America. All of these servers are merging. We have East Asia 1, these servers, East Asia 2, North America 1. Wow, these are a lot of servers getting merged together. Let's take a look at what they're going to say here. Diablo Immortal content update introduces the new character transfer feature. Beginning after the maintenance period, players may move one of their characters from their current server to a new server. Your character transfer will be free, but additional transfers can be purchased. Since this is an important decision, we want to alert you some servers will be merging shortly after our next content update in 2 weeks. So we know we're getting a content drop in 2 weeks. This change is being made so players will have an easier time finding other players to party up with. Okay, so first and foremost, this is a lot of servers merging together. South America, wait, what I don't understand here is if it's these four and these, like, I think what these brackets are is I think they're 4 servers at a time are merging together. So there's all these servers and these are going down to 4 total. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's the way they're breaking it down. North America, for instance, these 4 are going together. Storm Shield's going with these 4. We're going with these 4, etc. If you want to play on my server, we are on Storm Shield. So you are welcome to come over to Storm Shield and play with your boy if you would like to. North America too. Sim War, Prime Evos, Tree. Okay, so we have all, I'm pretty sure this was happening. Servers are merged, they've been broken into groupings of 4. Yep, there we go. Once server merge goes into effect, you'll be continuing to log in your same server, but we know this, you can play Diablo Immortal with players on any server in your grouping. This is what they mentioned before, where essentially Storm Shield, Sand Scorpions, all that, it says you're still going to be logging into one of these, but we'll be able to connect together through all of these. They make them into one server. Do keep this in mind when considering which server to move to using the new character transfer feature. Here we go. As with previous content updates, there will be a new server maintenance starting on October 25th. And let's see here. Okay. Character transfer, check this out. We have the new character transfer. So now you can go from the original server to a new server. New transfer has been a top requested change. Yes, it has. Players may now transfer from one server to another. One character transfer for free. So the data mine was correct about this. Here we have kind of the breakdown information on this here. Here's how character transfers will specifically work for you. Character transfer, first one will be free. Subsequent character transfers cost $15 US each and will be retained on your account until used. So they're going very standard, kind of how they did it with World of Warcraft. They sell character transfers, but you get one for free. I think that's decent. Characters must be level 30 above to qualify. Stops botting type of stuff. It would take several minutes for a character transfer to complete. You will not be able to log into your character until it has been finalized. After a transfer, a character must wait 30 days. When a character is transferred to another server, the account that your character is attached to remains unchanged. All items will be retained. Any items that were processed in the market will no longer be tradable. Okay, so they kind of stopped some market manipulation type of stuff. The restriction to uphold the integrity of the transactions in the market, ensure the security of your account. This makes sense. That way they don't want like giant merchant people trading around, going back and forth and making more than $15 worth of profit every trade. Any cosmetics in your character will transfer. Target server has a character with the same name of the character. A random number will be added to your name. Server your character is being transferred to must have fewer than 5. Level of your character being transferred can't be higher than the current server Paragon level of the target server. That's interesting. Only a certain number of character transfers are available per day. These are all very reasonable things. These are nothing. I'm not going to go through all of these. Can't transfer between Chinese region servers. Character transfer is not available in certain due to certain restrictions. Interesting. Please check the server selector. So some of the servers aren't going to be allowed to do. Character will automatically disband from the warband from your clan. Your faction will be reset. Leaderboard rankings reset. All server first will not carry forward. Progress and achievements and battlegrounds will be retained. All your friends and your friend list will be retained. So this is the character server transfer. This is the way that it was seen in the data mine from the guy who gave us the data mine. This is all exactly as we expected it, and I don't mind that. So that seems all fine. We get one free transfer, $15 after that, so be it. Let's continue here. Season 6 Battle Pass, Below the Sands. Okay, so we're getting into Season 6. Pretty cool looking. Not bad looking for the Necro here. Begins on October 27th. Empowered Battle Pass, Below the Armor, Cosmetic, and Collectors gives you the Portal, etc. The Season 6 Battle Pass is literally going to be the exact same as every other Battle Pass. There's not really anything to talk about here. Moving on, Hungry Moon, back for seconds. So we're going to get another Hungry Moon. Completing tasks. Okay, so this is literally the same thing once again. Blessing of Magic, Blessing of Might. We already know what this is. It doesn't look like any changes in this just from going through here. Aha! Wait a minute. Once you've racked up enough handful of Moon Silvers, event page to train your Moon Silvers, such as the Pearls. There we go. So if they're going to start giving us Pearls in events like the Hungry Moon that are recurring, that will be nice. Be sure to collect 12 Blessings in order to earn the total Moon's Regard, 120 bonus Silver. There we go. We're starting to get the Pearls in some events. Yes, that's good. Thumb up on that. Boom of the Progenitors Bundo. So this, hey, all the data mine is in fact showing this is correct. It's a limited time bundo. Will give you 2 powerful legendary gems. You get the Abiding Curse and the Frozen Heart. But the bundo is available only to the level 4. The Abiding Curse, is that a new one? I don't think the Abiding Curse is something that I recognize. We're gonna have to look into that, unless there, for some reason, I just don't recognize this name. But that might be a new gem that's from the boon only. We'll have to look into that here. Bug fixes, and yes, feature updates. Let's go. New legendary items. These are my favorite kind of updates. I absolutely love to see new legendary items. Newest batch of legendary items were designed to complement the Gloom Glides prize set. That's smart. They're getting dashes on the classes. Many of the affixes will create new ways to activate set bonuses, and we're looking forward to see how your players harness these powers and core. This is great. This is going to add dashes, I'm assuming, to all the classes, which also means the invocations that have a 50% chance to trigger off of dashes will help. So let's look. And Barbarian has Undying Rage, which is increasing their seconds. That's kind of cool. Increase the Undying Rage duration. Cleave's Bleed now spreads to 2 nearby enemies. Leap and charges increased. Furious Charge now decreases all damage you take, stacking. Frenzy increases damage you deal to enemies by a percentage, stacking up. Okay, that could be interesting. Whirlwind now causes you to spin and charge forward, dealing X damage to enemies. Okay, so you have sort of a new dash there with that. Interesting. Onto Whirlwind even. It has a maximum of Z charges. And cooldown becomes wine. Okay, so it looks like they're really giving the Barbarian. They're doubling down on the dashes and knockups for Barbarian. Look at Crusader here. Sweep attack causes enemies to bleed. Shield charge now does damage to shielded enemies, or bonus damage, it looks like. Judgment now follows you, calling down blasts of holy light from the heavens to target random nearby enemies, dealing damage and slowing them. That might be good for challenge rifts. They struggle there. Enemies defeated within your holy banner extends the duration. Wow! Wow, that's so good. Wow, that's so good for Crusaders. Shield charge now rushes to a target enemy, stunning them and knocking back enemies. So now you have a stun that's going to help with Chip of the Stone Flesh, and a dash, which will help with that Gloom set. Enemies struck by Judgment are now found wanting, increasing all damage taken. If that's all damage taken, that's a chest plate, that means they have another way in which that they can increase damage for parties. Crusaders just got a really big buff, I think. Demon Hunter, Reign of Vengeance now also corrodes enemy armor, increasing damage taken. Oh, I love that. It's off of Reign of Vengeance too, so it's good. Increases escape maximum charges. Strafe now layers the ground behind you with caltrops, continually dealing damage. So now we have some continual damage type of stuff. Maybe I'll be interested in testing out. Escape now causes you a tumble forward, can be activated again. There we have another dash for our Gloom set. Sentry attacks marks enemies, increasing the damage you deal. Escape now grants a shield absorbing X for Y. I like that. The offhand sentry thing is interesting. The sentry is not very good. So this is offhands competing with the Hungerer. So I was wondering if this makes the Sentry even better. Maybe there's a continual damage / summon build we can do now. Here we go into the Monk. This is where I'm starting to really get interested. Okay, after using Mystic Strike, your evasion rating increases by X% for Y second. That is interesting. Evasion rating. Okay, consuming trappings. Flying Dragon now causes you a dash forward, knocking back all enemies along your path and stunning them. That's a better version of it. Probably not as many iframes, but you get a real nice dash effect, which I'm assuming is going to trigger the Gloom set. Offhand Wave Strike now sends a shock wave that knocks nearby enemies into the air, damaging and stunning them. More stunning. So they're kind of going more CC with the Monk. I like this. They're acknowledging the Monk's kind of a CC guy. Third strike of deadly reach now knocks enemies up into the air. I mean, look at that. Again, they're really going into the CC thing. Mystic Strike now causes you to charge to a targeted location, knocking up and again with the knock up, and again with another CC and another form for the gloom here. Inner Sanctuary now inflicts a stacking slow on enemies in the area until they are petrified. That is amazing. So before I was using the chilling one to apply chill to slow their attacks and movement, but now you can slow them until they're petrified, which is a total loss of control from my understanding, which triggers Chip of the Stone Flesh, I believe. Here we go, Necromancer, baby. Okay, so by the way, Monk might have got one of the best ones, especially in PvP there. Here we go, Monk, baby, let's go. Grim Scythe deals increased damage for every 1% of targets missing life up to a maximum of Y. So now there's two versions of Grim Scythe that get buffed. There's the head and there's the legs. Wraith Form now teleports you to a target location. That is awesome. And if that counts, because that's on legs, and that means you could remove the fear and make it a teleport for the Wraith Form. If that counts as a dash, that would be very good. Wraith Form now calls forth spirits to haunt nearby enemies, dealing damage over time while reducing their movement speed. That could be very good in both PvP and PvE. Pair that with the legs that do Chip of the Stone Flesh proc with the Proximal Fear. You could fear somebody and then have additional damage be happening to them, which would trigger more damage from the Chip of the Stone Flesh because that explodes with a bonus damage. I could see how that could be quite good. Bone Wall now causes you the dash forward. There we go. Show there's two. Bone Wall causes you the dash forward, dealing damage to enemies while conjuring walls of bone behind you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So now we have a dash in a way to trigger invocations as well as a way that we can get the Gloom set to work for us. I like that. Skeletal Mages now have a chance to be empowered, immediately casting a bone spell when summoned. Ooh, we have a new version of mages. Mages are the whole reason everyone loves Necromancer. A new version makes me excited. Enemies afflicted with the Dark Curse now generate additional corpse when defeated. So maybe a continual damage plus Dark Curse plus explosion build with the Shoulders. This is interesting though because it's Shoulders, which is what's competitive with corpses. So it'd be harder to do a corpse build with that one. Let's go into Wizard here. Magic Missile fires 2 additional missiles dealing bonus damage. Lightning Nova creates 2 novas that orbit you and damage any nearby enemies that hit. That seems like it could be really good in PvE, open world farming. Meteor now continually calls down smaller meteors to damage enemies in the area. Okay, so we have some more continual damage from that. I thought Meteor could use a little bit of a difference anyway. Slow Time now generates a darkened realm, disabling the use of skills, basic attack, and greatly reduces the vision of any. Wait, what? Disabling the use of skills, basic attacks, and you can't use skills in it? If that works in PvP, that's nuts. After teleporting, your movement speed's increased. Disintegrate range is increased as well. Wow, we're increasing the range of Disintegrate? It's already a problem with how far the distance is on that. That's nuts. Oh, here we go. The experience rewards for all dungeons have been increased. So that is smart because honestly, grinding dungeons felt terrible. This is really nice for me. I'm behind Paragon. I have to grind dungeons anyway. This is going to be a really nice change for me. Okay, whereas we continue to develop it, we want to make sure you feel adequately rewarded. We observe many of our dungeons were not granting as much overall experience to players when compared to other activities such as open world farming, Elder Rift. So we have boosted the experience of all dungeons to bring them in line. This gives us more rewards for doing dungeons, and we're all going to have to be doing dungeons anyway. So this does technically save us a little bit of time. It's a smart change to add because if we all need experience and we need to all farm dungeons, saves us a little bit in-game time farming. Remnants now automatically looted and shown to all party members. Unopened chests are displayed in the minimap. Just a little bit of quality of life stuff there. Ancestral weapons with inherited essences may now be placed in the tableau, and items inherited essence does not dictate the property. Smart. Now here we go. Blessing of the Worthy. The rank 1 and 2 description for the Blessing of the Worthy legendary item has been updated to correctly reflect the existing functionality of the unreleased retribution. And this text correct only, there's no variance in the functionality. So this is the drama related to the legendary gems. I know, here's one thing about the legendary gem drama. I know that they are internally discussing it, is what I can say. I think they're trying to figure out how to address it. I think they're trying to probably figure out the compensation, etc. Trust me, they are extremely aware of what is going on. And I believe we will see an acknowledgement and a statement about it rather soon is my understanding. So with all of that being said, dude, this update actually Couple of things I like about this, namely the legendary update. These are the things that I personally love to see. I do believe, I was saying this on stream yesterday, that I believe the heart of these updates is getting new legendary items. It gives you a new reason to farm all these from each one of these. The dungeon experience boost, if significant, is actually a really smart change. The boon is whatever. I'm not going to buy it. The Hungry Moon having pearls, that's what we want to see. We want to see these pearls in everything going into the future. So that's a W. The cosmetic battle pass is whatever. And then obviously we have the character transfer and merges. So these are going to be significant change coming to the game. Okay. Thumb up for me. We're going to see an address to the legendary gym drama coming, I'm sure. As far as this update in a vacuum goes, I like this one. This is a minor update, not a major update. So keep in mind, they say a new content drop is coming within 2 weeks, and that should be the more major one. As the cadence goes minor, major, minor, major, this is a minor update. There you go. Like the video, subscribe if you want to. If not, don't worry about it. Love y'all. See you in the next video.